Pop Squad. Coming at ya. I had to just pick some things to do tonight because it was a long night that I had to get some things taken care of before Thanksgiving tomorrow, so I'm not doing anything people have sent me money for. Sorry. I just needed to pick a few things to do. And I've actually just gone through and found some things that I've been wanting to do for a while, and this is a good excuse, as good excuse as any, to do them. First thing we're going to check out is a Tiny Desk concert from FKA Twigs. I've actually been curious about her since watching the song that she did with Young Lean. Young Lean? Yeah, Young Lean. And so I'm happy to get a chance to do this. I hadn't realized she'd done a Tiny Desk concert. I think it was somewhat recently as well. I guess this doesn't... 5 months ago it looks like this was posted, so definitely very recently. FKA Twigs, otherwise known as... I'm going to guess her name is Talia instead of Talia. Tahliah. Debrett Barnett. Pretty cool name. Born in January of 1988, known professionally as FKA Twigs, stylized as FKA, all in capital letters, and then Twigs, all in lowercase letters, is an English singer, songwriter, and dancer. Born and raised in Cheltenham, Gloucestershire, she became a backup dancer after moving to South London at the age of 17. She made her musical debut with the extended play EP 1 in 2012. Her debut studio album, LP1, very inventive naming structure here. I actually think it's kind of funny. Was released in 2014 and reached number 16 on the UK album chart and number 30 on the US Billboard 200. And I had never heard of this woman before that Young Lean song. It was later nominated for the 2014 Mercury Prize. She then released the... What is that supposed to say? Mellissex? I have no idea. Mellissx? I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Does this tell us? No idea. Okay. Not worried about it. Came out in 2015. After a 4-year hiatus, she released her second studio album, Magdalene, in 2019. After signing with Atlantic Records, she released the mixtape Capri Songs in 2022. Her discography has been the subject of consistent critical acclaim, and her music has been described as genre-bending. Okay, yep, I'm gonna like this. Drawing on various genres, including electronic music, trip-hop, R&B, and the avant-garde. Yeah, I'm going to like this. There's almost no chance that I don't like it. Let's just dive in here. So I've got the Tiny Desk concert. If you're not familiar with those are something that NPR does. Probably one of the coolest things they've been doing for the last, I don't even know how many years. But they have these recording artists in to, this was pre-pandemic, to sit in their offices and they just play 3-4 songs and talk about some of their music. And during the pandemic, which this was filmed a few months ago, so it was still during the pandemic for all intents and purposes, and this was the Tiny Desk home concert, so she recorded it somewhere else and then sent in a tape. Let's check it out. It's 15 minutes and 58 seconds long. I don't know exactly what songs are included, but I will actually attempt to look it up because I just remembered that Genius had a list of the songs for, I think, the BTS Tiny Desk concert, and gave everything for them. So let's just jump into this and see. 15 minutes and 58 seconds. Let's go.
I'm so wired for it, seen it, tried it, I die for you on my...
So this song is called Home With You. I'm going to back up a little bit because I totally only saw the name of this as she started to sing, and I don't want to really interrupt her. So we'll back up a little bit. Love her look. She's totally fantastic looking. Just amazing. Yeah, love it. Let's check it out. Home With You.
I'm so wild for it, seen it, tried it, I die for you on my terms. When I get my lessons, learned apples, cherries, pain, breathe in, breathe out, pain. No, no, Novocaine, still maintain my grace. How come the more you have, the more that people want from you? More you burn away, the more that people earn from you. More you pull away.
Wow, her voice and her performance right here, in the weirdest way, the person who comes up in my head is Tori Amos, especially on her Little Earthquakes album, which is like 1989, 89, 90, something like that. Very, very much reminds me of this, or that. This reminds me of that so much.
The more that they depend on you. I never seen a hero like me in a sci-fi. So I wonder if your needs are even meant for me. I wonder if you think that I can never raise you up. Wonder if you think that I can never help you fly. Never seen a hero like me in a sci-fi. But I'd save a life if I thought it belonged to you. Mary Magdalene would never let her loved ones die. I didn't know that you were lonely. If you'd have just told me, I'd be home with you. I didn't know that you were lonely. If you'd have just told me, I'd be running down the hills When I visualize, all I see is black. Grind me to the core, just a little more. Get it, Onyx, I know I've been gone. You've been all alone. Stoking up the fire for me, set the place alight. You call me late at night, and I'll be running home to you. I didn't know that you were lonely.
So fantastic. All these changes in the style of music, changes to her voice, super experimental. I mean, I get like the best sort of feeling from this in terms of like the experimental nature of it, the alternative nature of it, just the willing to do new things, willing to try new things, willing to experiment, willing to fail. Like, this song is absolutely beautiful, and I can also understand if somebody said, yeah, I don't like kind of how everything changes up. I think they'd be wrong if they said that, but holy crap, it's a gorgeous song. And the some of the lyrics are also really fantastic. The section where she really slowed things down and was singing in a really high, almost operatic voice, I didn't know that you were lonely. If you had just told me I'd be home with you, I didn't know that you were lonely. If you had just told me I'd be running down the hills to you. I mean, just really beautiful sentiment behind the lyrics themselves, and in that section. And then she's also talking about, I've never seen a hero like me in a sci-fi, so I wonder if your needs are even meant for me. And I could really dig into those lyrics and talk about, just the whole idea of representation mattering, to let people know that, hey, guess what, you're included in this fantasy version of reality that we've created, as well as actual reality. And uh, you know the stuff in those sci-fi movies applies not just to people who look like me, but people who look like her, and people who are not white, right? Really, really amazingly cool. We'll finish up this song up, but I'm absolutely loving this. It's not a song that you would sit down and just sort of relax to and listen to, but it is a song that you would listen to and really enjoy, and it's very cool.
Just told me I'd be home with you. I didn't know that you would want me. If you'd have just told me I'd be running down the hills to I'd be running down and down the hills I'd be running down the hills to be with you. And I'd have told you I was lonely too.
Mm. Boy, I would love to see her work with Brian Eno. Absolutely love to see her work with Brian Eno or David Byrne or St. Vincent. I mean, they would just do some absolutely incredible stuff together. Really super cool. The next song is called Killer. Let's see. Genius says Killer was first previewed on FKA Twigs TikTok on June 4th of 2022, where she's seen kissing elite actor Aaron Piper. For the music video released on July 20th of 2022. The song follows Twigs making her way through the love world, and reflecting upon her previous relationships. Ones of infatuation, where she would lie to herself to make it work. 2013's Poppy Pacify similarly explores toxic relationships, and the recurring theme of denial in love is one seen throughout her 2019 album Magdalene. Okay, interesting. As you can tell, this came out in 2022, and it is going to be called a Killer. swear there's like $1,000 worth of candles in this shot.
Hello, I am FKA Twigs, and this is my Tiny Desk concert. Today, on piano we have Kelly Moran, on cello we have Lucinda Chua, and on double bass and violin we have Damsel Elysium. Thank you.
Damsel Elysium. I'm sure that's her real name. Sorry, that was Caddy. She reminds me of Lisa Bonet.
It's dangerous to be a woman in love. I'm walking quicker, but you're picking up. Feel like I'm navigating muddy waters. Healers. My daddy told me call him when I get home, but you can show me when I'm all alone. I'm hoping we can find deliverers. Healers. I don't wanna die for love, but a holy love, that one and only love, my life is worthy of. Dancing in the dark, I can feel it in my heart, you're a killer. But I didn't want to call it. Something in the way you put your hands on my waist pulled me nearer. But I didn't want to call it, didn't want to call it, didn't want to call it. Took your love for righteous, and now I'm in a crisis with a killer. Whoa. You got me questioning what to believe in. Since when did happiness become a sin? Since when did hurt become deliberate? Healers, I don't wanna cry for love, but a holy love, that one and only love, my tears are worthy of. Dancing in the dark, I can feel it in my heart, you're a killer. But I didn't want to call it. Something in the way you put your hands on my waist pull me nearer. No, I never want to call it. Didn't want to call it. Didn't want to call it. Took your love for righteous, and now I'm in a crisis with a killer. Whoa. And when I doubt myself around you, I look at pictures of me before you. Girl gone wild, I'll shave my hair off to get you out of my head. And even eating's hard without you. When it's your love I want to consume, it's true. Hunger pains, no, I can't live without you. Dancing in the dark, I can feel it in my heart, you're a killer. But I didn't want to call it. Something in the way you put your hands on my waist pulled me nearer. No, I never want to call it. Didn't want to call it. Didn't want to call it. Took your love for righteous, and now I'm in a crisis with a killer. Whoa.
Yeah, so, I mean, absolutely a song written by or about someone who's had some really disastrous relationships when they were younger. And it sucks, but her voice is absolutely amazing. I mean, really incredible. And I love that this is not the music I expected from her at all. I was expecting stuff that was more like dancier and poppier, and this is very, I mean, almost kind of folksy in some ways, and it's really fantastically cool. Because I could see her doing music like Madonna, right? And in fact, that was, I guess that was even what I said in the Young Lean video, is she looked kind of like this generation's version of Madonna. Like she's perfect for that, and yet her music is completely different than that. And I mean, I'm here for it. I think it's fantastic. It's really amazing. I would not be surprised if we see her show up in a movie in sometime soon, because it would be awesome. I'd love to see what she could do as an actress. I have no idea if she can act or has any interest in doing that, but I mean, just the artfulness of this gives me the idea that she has the appropriate level of like dramatic intelligence, if that even makes sense, to do something like that. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. Let's move on. We're going to listen to Cellophane by her. I'm going to pause again because Genius says Cellophane was FKA Twigs' comeback single, the first release as a solo artist since 2016's Good to Love. It was the lead single for her second studio album, Magdalene, along with being the ninth and final track on the album. FKA Twigs had been sharing videos of her pole dancing for months prior to Cellophane. With the release of this song alongside the music video, her vision became clear. She mentioned that the visual idea that came during the writing process of the song could only be fulfilled by learning how to pole dance. At its core, Cellophane comes across as a piano ballad over a sparse rhythm. This is so not the music I expected from her, part of which is beatboxed. The word cellophane, a common packaging material, is used as a metaphor for the state of a relationship, all wrapped in cellophane, the feelings that we had. That must be one of the lyrics. Let's check this out. This came out in 2019, and here we go.
Didn't I do it for you? Why don't I do it for you? Why won't you do it for me? When all I do is for you. They wanna see us alone. They wanna see us apart. They wanna see us alone. They wanna see us apart. And I just want to feel you're there. And I don't want to have to share our love. I try, but I get overwhelmed when you're gone. I have no one to tell.
Where does this come from? Like, honestly, where does this music come from for her? Because this does not fit at all with the music that's being made today, and it's so interesting to me to see somebody come out of Gloucestershire, England, and start making music like this. It's crazy. And I don't know enough about her background to know, like, if she was raised on classical music, if she liked opera. Like, I'm gonna have to read her Facebook page, Jesus Christ, her Wikipedia entry to figure out, like, why make this music? Like, what were the influences that got her to this style of music because it is so... Okay, had a little bit of an interruption there. My PC just decided to go and shut everything down and start back up again, so I don't know what sort of hiccup it had, but I will have edited this together, which may mean I don't get to post this on Wednesday night when I recorded it, but let's hope. Let's keep going with this. I was just talking about how I don't know where these influences came from to make her make this sort of music, and I find it absolutely fascinating.
And I don't want to have to share a love. I try, but I get overwhelmed. All wrapped in cellophane, the feelings that we had.
I love the complete break in the time of the song. Like, obviously they're counting out how much time is passing in between here, but I think the time signature of the song also changes in those breaks, and there's been 2 of them in this song, and it's absolutely fascinating to me. I've got to find out more about her.
And didn't I do it for you? Why don't I do it for you? Why won't you do it for me? When all I do is for you. And didn't I do it for you? Why don't I do it for you? Why won't you do it for me? When all I do is for you. And I just want to feel you're there. And I don't want to have to share our love. I try, but I get overwhelmed when you're gone. I have no one to tell. They're waiting, they're watching, they're watching us, they're hating, they're waiting and hoping. No, no. Thank you.
Yeah, so absolutely going to have to check out more about her. So let's see here. Early life. Born and raised in Gloucestershire, her mother was an English woman of partly Spanish descent who used to be a dancer and gymnast. Her father was a musician. That does not surprise me that somebody in the family was a musician. And Jamaican. She was raised by her mother and stepfather, a jazz fanatic of English, Spanish, Jamaican, and Egyptian descent, and did not meet her father until she was 18. Okay, so the stepfather is really the one who influenced or brought music into the house. Barnett grew up in Gloucestershire and described the county as kind of like the middle of nowhere. She attended, okay. From the age of 6, she undertook opera and ballet lessons and took part in several St. Andrews School productions. At the age of 16, she started making music in youth clubs. At 17, she moved to South London to pursue a career as a dancer. Changing her focus from dance to music, she transferred to the Brit School in Croydon College, from the Brit School to Croydon College to pursue an education in fine arts. She worked as a backup dancer in music videos by artists such as Kylie Minogue, Plan B, Ed Sheeran, Teo Cruz, Dion Bromfeld, Jessie J, and Wretch 13. Barnett was a backup dancer for Jessie J in her 2010 video Do It Like a Dude, and appeared again in her 2011 video for Price Tag. She also appeared in Dion Bromfeld's video Yeah Right in 2011. She appeared in okay, I don't care about this. At 18, Barnett working with local London producers to try and find what she calls her sound. Around this time, when she wrote the song I'm Your Doll, she ended up producing a lot of really bad demos. For a time, she worked as a hostess in a strip club and also sang periodically at The Box. In August of 2012, she was photographed for the cover of ID magazine. She became known as Twigs for the way her joints crack. She added the initials FKA to her name when another act called The Twigs, twin sisters, active and recording since 1994, asked her to change her stage name. Oh, that was very nice of her, but also totally makes sense. Several sources have claimed that the FKA stands for formerly known as, but Barnett said that in multiple interviews that the letters do not stand for anything in particular. It's just a collection of letters. I was going to be like FK1 Twigs or AFK Twigs. It's just a bunch of letters. Okay. Yeah, super interesting. It really is a strange... Okay, musical style and influences. So, possessing a soprano vocal range, Barnett's music has been described as genre-bending, drawing on a variety of styles. I've read that already. Definitely avant-garde. In her songs and music videos, she incorporates elements of Afrofuturism. I can't say that, even though I think it's an awesome word. Karen Vintges, I don't know why I can't pronounce that word, of the University of Amsterdam described Barnett's performance style as porno chic. What, porno? And said it refuses to conform to standard norms of heterosexual beauty. Don't know where she's getting that. In her collaboration with 645 AR, she explored the artistic value of sex work. Oh, that's interesting. Her work has been compared to that of Tricky, as well. I'm not familiar with Tricky stuff, as well as Kate Bush, absolutely, Janet Jackson, The XX, Massive Attack, Pitchfork writers Philip Sherburne, that's a weird name, compared her breathy vocals and the electronic production style of LP1 to Ciara, The Weeknd, Beyonce. The Wall Street Journal described her as an heir to futuristic R&B muses like Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, and others. Huh, interesting. Cross between Billie Holiday and Susie and the Banshees with a production style like Lee Scratch Perry's. Also really interesting. Very, very crazy. Some really super interesting influences here. I'm absolutely fascinated by her. I'm going to download this. Certainly some songs we listen to and probably a whole bunch more, because I am really interested to see what else she's like. I'm not sure 100% if I'll listen to much more of her on the channel, but maybe I will. And I don't know, check back. So that's it for this one. I have to go edit this together. Pop Squad, check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a good Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, Indigenous Peoples Remembrance Day, which is probably the most important considering what Americans did to them. And yeah, have a good day. And I hope you enjoy time with your family, if that is what you wish to do, or your friends, or alone. Do what you want. It's your life.